Hello there. How's it going today? I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I'll probably go for at least an hour, maybe two, but just to let you know up front. There's been a bug going through the family, so I think I have the same thing. All right. S30, welcome, Cosmic Ray. Yeah, I'll pull that up in a minute. Good afternoon. Only 10 minutes. No, I just started. So, you got a little bit of time. Yeah, I mean, it's still relatively early here. I have a hard time going to bed before midnight. So, I'll definitely be cutting it off, maybe 11 something. Yeah, it's just, it's a weird one. It's like no other. Oh, good evening, Jeff Kelly. Welcome. Thanks for just popping in. Yeah, it's one of those weird ones where, like I have elevated pulse, I'm run down, not a whole lot of symptoms, nothing respiratory, so maybe a little. Well, it's hard to tell, but yeah, same thing that at least a couple other people in the family. Oh yeah, that's too bad. It's that time. It's one of those summer bugs, I guess. Anyway, so I have the S30 running locally. It's actually clear in the backyard. At one point, I put it out there, and it was clear, and I went to like image something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is cloudy. Like, when did that happen? Then I look at the all-sky camera, and it's like, wait, it's not cloudy. It was pointing at the side of the house, and it was the shadows of trees kind of moving along that looked like clouds because it was out of focus. Yeah, it's I don't know. Expressions can be weird that way. All right, I'm gonna switch to the I have the S30. I need to get the S50 going. So this is, there's nothing like plate solve and sync. This was a new feature. I literally have not tested it yet. And it might help fix it might help me with my with my Starfront issues, where it'll be pointing at the wrong point of the sky. And what I would resort to is I'd figure out where is it pointing. I'd kind of move it to a spot near where I thought it was. It would do a plate solve and realize, wait, I'm over in a different place, and then move over. But there was a sync command, which I was pretty sure I knew there was one. Anyhow, I ended up implementing it, and I don't think the plate solving is going to work because I haven't gotten the API key set up. But the idea is that you would hit this button. Yeah, well, there you go. But it would do a plate solve. It would come back to you, say, hey, this is where it thinks it is. This is where it actually is. Do you want to sync those coordinates to the telescope? And you could either go ahead and do it or cancel out. So anyway, once I get this tested, this will be great at Starfront when the telescope has what I call slippage, where it's like at the wrong right ascension. That'll allow it to kind of fix it. All I have to do is find stars, hit that button, and then it'll kind of correct itself. The Erewhon medical stream. Yeah. I mean, it is random Erewhon. I mean, that is a topic I probably haven't covered much, so we can start covering medical now. Just feeling under the weather a bit. A little worn down. Actually, more than a little worn down. Quite worn down. Not quite flu-like. I mean, what the other members of the family, like no fever, whatever, but just almost felt like, hot and cold and just tired and elevated pulse. Like when I'm sitting, my pulse is usually like 60 some, beats per minute. It was like 80 something, which isn't. Oh, only time that happens is when I have a bug. Hello, Otto. Good evening. Welcome. Thanks for joining. So I haven't actually started imaging there, but it's pointing at M92. So I'm just going to go ahead and start imaging that now. This is the local scope. So the S30. It's been a while. Let me see if I can. Yeah. So I've got the all sky here. So nice and clear, which has been in short supply here. Take 2 plane waves. See you in the morning. Yeah, I'll take 2 plane waves. There was that one scope that somebody that I think Star Traveler posted. That it was a double. Anyway, so let me get the one at Starfront. There you go. Like a lot of expressions, it goes back to something that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I had some family members who did boats. That sounds weird. Who did stuff with ships, and again, that's one of my classic. That's a story for another day. Okay. Okay, no. I thought I had a machine. I thought I was logged into the what do you call it? To the Starfront Raspberry Pi, so I'm doing that now. So I can get that up and running. All right. Oh, I guess I did have it running. Okay. Okay. So okay. All right. Let me look at the chat. What happened? I missed. Did something happen with your? Let me pop out. So this is having a hard time with my overlapping windows. Here's cosmic rays. No, I haven't done the Nova yet. That's a good idea. I need to do that first at Starfront. Is this? It's interesting. It's not. It's picked up that it's stacking, but hasn't picked up the stack yet. So let me reload that. And it's weird. Is it? Well, let me get the Starfront Scope going. The roof was briefly open yesterday, but it was like late, and then it closed after a couple hours. But I had already kind of there were some clouds going through the sky, and so I was like, meh, I'm not going to bother because it'll just be frustrating because clouds will keep going over, you know. All right. Okay. Cool. Okay. Let me change the configuration to because those URLs are kind of annoying to enter for the all sky, and I had to look them up half the time. I have it set up now where you just enter the host name if it's I'm calling it Team All Sky because that's the name of the GitHub group, or Indie All Sky, and then you just enter the host name and it builds the URL, or you can pick custom URL if you're using something else. So. All right, why isn't, oh, I might not actually be imaging there yet. Let me fix that. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not imaging anything yet. That should show up now. And I need to run the startup, because it's just not pointing at anything right now. Or do I? Maybe I don't. Well, I'll try it anyway. Looks like there's some high clouds at Starfront. Hopefully they won't interfere too much. I still don't get why the stack isn't showing. Maybe I broke it. Wouldn't be the first time. So let me do my fallback of I'll figure that out later. Don't tell me I broke imaging. That would be annoying. I'll go back to the fallback. Oh, wait. They what? Oh well, I'll go to this one and just, oops, not imaging. Go to commands. Still trying to polar line. It's probably pointing at something right now. Or it gave up. Yeah, it's frustrating. No, I have not, but I will show you what I have added once I figure out why this ALP is not running. Oh, okay. 168 for 233 8 432. Okay, so we can go look at what the S50 is up to, hopefully. I mean the S30, the local S30. Oh, I'm running into the issue that I know Cosmic Ray has run into. I am running ALP, the app, and yeah, that's not going to work. So where am I running? Oh, here. Okay, so let's try this. Yeah, so I was running ALP, the ALP Experimental, and the app, and the Seestar does not like that. Only allows 2 at a time. So let's see. Okay. Don't tell me I broke this one too. Oh. It's a different problem. Don't. Yeah. It's the old ALP would sometimes have a problem with Firefox-based browsers, but not Chrome. But the new ALP, the experimental one, works with Firefox-based browsers because that's what I've been using. But it was having issues. Anyway, yeah. At least, unless that comes up, then in which case, then anyway. Okay, so this is local, and then okay, and here's Starfront, and it is definitely pointing at a wall. And I'll bring up cosmic rays while I'm figuring that, getting, well, I'll move to M92, and then I'll also get, I'll just do this while I figure out what's going on. Always something. Yeah, I'll get to the auto run. But don't forget, while you're waiting, to like the video. It does help. All right, live. And okay. So it's not too bad. Just trying to get it less confused. The Starfront Scope. It's a nice crescent nebula. Oh, what? Wait, what? Maybe what I just did wasn't even necessary. Okay, let's bring up Stellarium. And what should I should try the Nova first. Image V462 loopy. And this, I'm doing this at Starfront 15 hours and minus 40 declination. Yeah, so I had started a while back. So a while back I had added kind of a file monitor to the ALP Experimental. It's kind of internal, but I actually right now have it either configured or hard coded to point at the path to the roof file for at Starfront, and it says, you know, it looks for a pattern. It says open or closed, and it checks it like every minute or two. So that's actually like under the hood already running. But I haven't hooked it up to anything because I don't even have starting of imaging in place yet. Like I'll start things from ALP or from the app, and then and view it in ALP Experimental. But I probably will. I actually was working on it a little bit today, this evening, getting the go-to and starting to stack going. But it's actually, I could do it with that. Actually, I could, because the thing I was thinking for that's why. Sorry, the scope at Starfront has that weird issue where it'll refuse to do a go-to. Yeah, so I have to reboot it. Anyway, let's find another target for the local scope. Anyway, so when you start imaging in the app, it'll ask you, do you want to, if you're imaging with the same target, it'll say, do you want to continue the stack or start a new one? And that's a flag under the hood when it's sending the message to the Seestar, when the app sends a message to the Seestar. So theoretically, once I confirm that go to and start stacking function works, it would really be simple to basically stop stacking when the roof went to closed, and then resume stacking if it went to open. But there's still no concept of schedules in the ALP Experimental, so it would be fine if you were imaging a single target all night. Like those two little things would be enough to work in that situation. But for schedules, I was actually thinking of doing more like what the app supports with time-based schedules, because then you could say, okay, during this window, I'm going to image the target, but then it could pause and resume it within that window. But then if it goes on to if the roof is closed partway through, like the first item in the schedule, and it's within the time frame of the second item, you would want to resume on that one, and it wouldn't be a continue stack, it would be a new stack. So I don't think it's going to be particularly tricky, but I might start with a simple case of like you get something started and it'll just kind of pause and resume while it goes, but it's getting there. There's some of the plumbing is in place, so long story short. All right. Oh, thank you, Astro Chris. I was rambling and had not been looking. Thank you so much. And hello. Hello there. Thank you. I do appreciate that. It does. Yeah, thank you. I'm not 100% here right now, so I'm a lot of times at a loss for words on a good day. But good evening, Turf. How's it going? But yeah, that's yeah. Thank you, Astro Chris. And to commemorate that, don't forget for everybody to like the video. There's more people watching than there are likes right now, so yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Like I've been struggling with, not struggling, but debating where I want to go with this. Hold on a second. Let me see if this thing is rebooted. Okay. All right. Restarting at Starfront. At least I have. This is what I missed about having more than one scope going at the same time. I can still have something up on the screen even when this one's acting up, or the one at Starfront's acting up. Okay, so let me see. Let's see if this works. All right. But yeah, it's something I've been struggling with. The is like, where do I draw the line? Where do I stop? So I've got a pretty rich front end that's continuing. I mean, live view, which is getting better, and I need to add at least some kind of go-to and starting to image. But then beyond that, I'm like, do I want to support ALP schedules? Probably. Do I want to support native schedules? Yes, I do. I definitely want to support plans, because those get uploaded into the scope and then it runs them. So I like that feature, and you can do mosaics and stuff like that. And I actually have like all, I don't know if I have all of them, but I have a lot of the commands that are actually sent to the Seestar and the events that come back. I already have those coded up. I just don't have the code where I'm actually sending it, or the front end code where I'm building the plans. So that's one thing that I'd like to be able to do. But then beyond that, like the situation you're talking about, like having more imaging instructions, I'm like, do I go down that road? Because the other thing I'd been thinking about is, at some point, like right now, there's not a very good, it's not a very comprehensive indie implementation in ALP. And I was thinking about post alpha, post beta, post release of the first version of this is tackling that, is adding some kind of indie support. But I don't know. I mean, I do have in kind of the Astrolog book software where I had like image management and to-dos, I have the beginning of a scheduler, but it's like independent of the Seestar. I was just kind of trying to come up with a design for a scheduler that I liked, and then figure out how to actually implement it, or integrate it with the Seestar. But yeah, even like SharpCap has like a planner, advanced planner. So I don't know. On the one hand, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. On the other hand, not everybody's going to want Nina. Not everybody is going to, care about indie drivers. So there's advantages to having an all-in-one that gets you most of what people would want, without having to have multiple things on their Raspberry Pi or whatever. So, I mean, the code base is already kind of, it's like over 100,000 lines of code, and what's another 100,000? And I think it might be 150, including the Astrolog book. It's a lot. There's a lot of stuff in there. Like some of it I haven't even showed because I showed like once in Discord because it's not fully done, but there's a lot of stuff like turned off even within ALP Experimental. So I don't know. On the other hand, I do have a list that's like really long of everything I want to add at some point. And some of it's like, I don't want to get people's expectations of it, but I'm pretty sure some of it is stuff that no other software out there does. So yeah, part of me wants to implement it just because of because it would be something that other software doesn't do, but could be very useful. Yeah. That's a good point. I think you put your finger on maybe what because that whole thing about like I've struggled of how to integrate Astro Logbook, but maybe if this ALP or this ESC has some mechanism to pull stuff in, then that would actually solve my dilemma with how do I pull Astro Logbook in there. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. I need to look into, I mean, because the nice thing about the Python ecosystem is there are so many, there's so much code out there that already does, like if you have a certain problem that you're trying to solve, there's a pretty reasonable chance that somebody's already done it before and there's code out there or a library or something. So yeah, I mean and that would also, depending on how it was done, it could also help if somebody doesn't want all the stuff that I'm adding into ESC. Like some of it could be made opt-in through a plugin mechanism, which would, especially if you're running it on like a Pi 3, it would help with the footprint. Oh, nice. Hello, Wayne B. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Out with your S30 and S50. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to get my S50 going, but I've let me see how it's doing now. Oh, it actually polar aligned. What do you know? Because that's like a recurring issue I have. So let me quickly try to get the coordinates for that nova again. Give me a moment. And actually that could open up some other things. Like right now, I've been using astrometry.net, but there's other parts of the software where I'm trying to support, like for the lookups of objects, I want to see like all the NGC and Messier objects internally. So if you don't have a connection, you can still, bring up those targets and go to them. But obviously I don't want to get too carried away with that. But maybe if it's an opt-in thing, you could say, okay, I want my own local astrometry solver, and then it pulls it down and can get it going. I don't know, some things I need to think about. Okay. Oops. That looks really funky right now at Starfront. Look at the like it's being bathed with looks so bright. And see, there's like high clouds there, so we'll see how Starfront ends up. Man, wow, and the image is stale, but that light looks ridiculously bright. Okay. Oh, darn it. I did it again. I forgot to check the, let me stop this. I forgot to check the J2000. I've done this now more than once, because I'm manually entering the coordinates, and if you don't pick J2000 coordinates, they end up off. But luckily I had them still here. Use J2000. Oh, it's still initializing dark library. I guess I have to wait for that to finish. It is 100%. So now it's got autofocus. All right. While it's doing that, let me look at the chat. Sorry. Yeah. Now, so that's the thing about the advanced scheduler I have, or the scheduler I was starting to write. It actually will show you during the time window when you want to image it, where it is above the horizon. Yeah, image storage. Well, and that's what that Astro logbook would help with. Get back to, yeah, hand guiding. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's Maybe I'll go get a Dobsonian and just run it by hand. Although even now that anyway, okay. So I'm gonna point at the nova. Not bossa nova, just nova. Hello. Nice. Good little opening for the clouds. Well, hopefully you have hopefully it stays clear, but yeah, here it looks like there's high clouds at Starfront, so I don't know how great things are going to be there, but here they're actually so far pretty good, and they're supposed to be good until midnight, I think. Okay. Yeah, so it's still kind of holding its own. It's definitely faded massively. Yeah, this is the nova. This is just a star, but when it was at its peak brightness, it was slightly brighter than this star, but it's definitely fading. Now let me also see off camera why oh why I can't see. Oh, I shut it down. I'm trying to run ALP Experimental at Starfront again. Hopefully that'll... Okay. It appears... Let's see. Okay. The one thing I haven't really been able to, well, I haven't tried at all with the S30 because I haven't had it that long. I haven't really done much summer Milky Way targets, so from my house. Well, yeah, because that's where it is. I need to find something to try to image that might be above their houses actually quite a bit. Maybe I'll try the crescent area. I know Cosmic Ray just imaged that, but it might be but his skies are better than mine, so I want to see how bad it is here. Okay, so I am going to stop this, stop stacking M92, and go image Crescent Nebula. And I have the light pollution filter on because Bortle 9. I mean, it's possible. I mean, I had with the old ALP, I had a test script where when the image was done stacking, it would actually post it to Discord. But yeah, it could be processed, sent to Astroban. Man, look at how noisy this is. I wonder if it's those clouds. I like that idea though of, okay, looks like this is actually working. So let me turn on picture in picture. Let me switch to the right picture in picture. See, there's like these high clouds here, so I think that's going to be a problem. All right. Well, at least this is working now. Oh, hello, Mundus Finit. Welcome. Thanks for joining. All right. Let me see. Let me check. Which one is this? Okay, I'm going to close this one. I'll close this one. And did I not hit go to? Did it just decide to ignore me? This is the local Seestar, so let me switch over to this while I'm fiddling around with that. I don't know why it didn't like that, but it's going. I don't know. It could be done. You like what is it? A lot of things that start off as jokes end up being features. So, but yeah, it's not that definitely it's not. I need to get it be able to start imaging and do go to. I personally I'll use Astrospheric and I use zoom.earth to look at it, which uses, I'm sure, I use this site. Like the interface is pretty fast and it lets you play like the last few hours, so yeah, so there are some like high clouds around here, but so far it's not interfering too badly. But like at Starfront, they're over here by Brady, there's a bunch of swirling stuff there. But yeah, that's the one I usually use. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one mostly because it's like such a smooth interface. Yeah, no, I agree. And it's funny you mentioned that because I haven't started it, but I have this tab open that I still had open about satellite tracking. It was from some satellite tracking software. But yeah. Actually, I think this is about to finish imaging. So I should probably pick another object. Yeah, it's got a minute left. So what do we want to image? What haven't we imaged? I don't think the Iris Nebula is high enough. which one was this? SH2 172. I do want to revisit that. Was it SH2-63? But I don't think the conditions are good at Starfront because I see this like high cloud stuff here. Oh, that's a question mark nebula. Yeah. So what do I want to try next? If there's any suggestions, I could always try the wizard. That might not be high enough yet. Yeah, that's not high enough yet, I don't think. Alright, what's that? I mean, I'm not going to do it justice, but one thing I haven't imaged at Starfront, I don't think, is the Veil Nebula. So I might try that. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. Stream satellite. Let me... Okay. And I'll kick that off. I'm starting with the East Veil just because. Now one thing, let's see how this is doing. So this is my local Seestar, the S30. But this is in Bortle 9, so have fairly my expectations are kind of tempered a bit. Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay, so this is the S30 locally. Oops, and for some reason this hasn't switched to the veil. Let me figure that out. Am I muffled? Am I... It might be... It might be just I'm lower energy, maybe? I think. Maybe. Hopefully it's the right mic. Seems to be. Seems to be the right mic. $46.04. Let me check that. Oh yeah, that one. The problem is every time I've tried that one here or at Starfront, it ends up having an issue plate solving, and I have no idea why. It's really strange. Really strange. What's also really strange is why this isn't loading the new image. I thought I even restarted it, so that doesn't make any sense. Oh. Notice 23 dropped frames. That's why it's still showing the old image. It's because it is completely failing. And I'm not sure why. Let me just try recording again. And while it's figuring that out, I can close this, I'll close this, and I'll use this. So here's the here's the Crescent Nebula from my kind of other extreme from Starfront. You can literally see like 2 or 3 stars in that all sky camera. It's just kind of ridiculous. Yeah, there is something about the veil that is not agreeing. Oh man, that's too bad. That's too bad. I mean, I've tried just going for that area, but I'll try again since the oh, it actually did get a single frame so far, the veil. Maybe it's a cloud issue. I mean, it looks like there's clouds. I should add the whoa. What is that? What is that light? That does not look right. Like, you know it's bad when that light shows up in the whole sky camera. What in the world? It's like a spotlight going off. Yeah, let me try going to that row. So it's kind of, so Starfront has their own Discord server, and sometimes you see some pretty funny. Whenever something like that happens, people will definitely not be very happy. Let's see. And speaking of Discord servers, I should, for those who there's the Discord server if you want to check it out for the channel. Yeah, Ro, I did. I mean, I'm using Stellarium to get the coordinates, and I feed them into the old ALP. I think I'm gonna go try going to that target. Oops, nope. Wait, why is it stopped? Is it actually stopped? No. Let's see if this works. There's some weird things going on with the it looks like the spotlight is has been extinguished. I'm gonna check the Discord there to see if anybody's made note of it. Yeah, let's see. Sorry, UFO just landed at Starfront. A tiny blade of grass. Yeah, some people did make a comment about a spotlight at Starfront in their on their Discord server. Okay, so this has happened before. Whenever I try to go to the IC 4604, whether I have a light pollution filter on or off, it just continues to fail to plate solve, which makes zero sense. So see, it's continuing to plate solve, and if I stop the schedule and it starts showing the live view, it'll show that you'll see the star, And I'm just at a loss to why it never... Yeah. Yeah, Cosmic Ray was having issues with 20-second subs. See, I don't get why it's having a hard time with plate solving. Maybe because it's only getting the brighter stars. Now, since it's in the right place, let's see if it'll actually stack. Because I've had this issue before, and I'm not sure how to resolve it. Meanwhile, the S30's just chugging along here. It's just doing its thing. And see, it's just like constantly dropping frames. Stack error, too few stars. I mean, should I, maybe if I boost the gain in that area? Let me, yeah, well, but now it's not even the plate solving, it's having a hard time just stacking. And then plate solving. But let me try that. Let me try going to the live view and then trying, oh, and it already can see more stars, so that maybe, oh no, it's not, like it got one image, but let me try imaging that again, but I'll crank up the gain and maybe that'll work. But this has happened every time I've tried to image this. Moving, that's too bad. So far it's okay here, but it was definitely supposed to have some clouds later tonight. Let me see. All right. There we go. So this was a longer time, and it's still having a hard time plate solving. I don't think I've ever been able to successfully image this from Starfront. I don't get it. Meanwhile, again, Crescent Nebula is just chugging along. From Starfront, I've never been able to image it. Like, this is at Starfront where it's failing repeatedly, which just baffles me. I did crank up the gain, so I thought I'd tried that before, but I'm trying it again. And this isn't even with the light pollution filter on. And it's struggling to find stars, even though there's clearly stars there. Yeah, no, for some reason, I consistently have this issue. And it says too few stars, which makes, again, no sense. If it's clear tomorrow night, I might try it from here, because with the S30, because it actually does, for about half an hour, it's between two buildings, and so at least I'll try to see if it can at least plate solve that area. But yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it is interesting when you're looking around and you see these stars that appear to be in a line. It's always kind of, and then like a lot of the times I'm like, oh, it's an artifact, and then I look at it and I'm like, no, it's actually not an artifact. They just seem to be in a line. That's cool. But yeah, look at that. It got one frame, and I tried it at the default 80, tried it at 130 gain. Same result. Well, let me double check that it actually still is 130 gain. Looks like it reverted to 80. Yeah, maybe because I plate solved and then... Yeah, you know what I'm going to try? I'm going to try... more... It's 10-second subs. So I'm going to stop this. And I'll go back to the crescent, since that's actually working. And for me, it seems like it's such a weird thing, because it seems like with the bright star there that there should, and the other stars in the field, that there should be enough to work with. So what I'm gonna do is go into settings, with the Seestar. Yeah, there's something weird going on. Well, separate from the stacking issue, which I do have. consistently. Okay, cool. Now this is weird. So what I'm trying to do is get in using ALP, but the Seestar, it keeps timing out, which is really odd. It finally came back. There's something strange going on. Okay. Okay. So I changed the exposures for plate solving to 5 seconds, increased the gain to 150. Yeah, probably has to be very good polar alignment. Wow, 2 foxes and 2 coyotes. Yeah, usually around here all I see is raccoons and sometimes possums. Yeah, it's like plates all failed. Makes no sense. I don't get it. Do not get it. Armadillos, not here. Not in this part of Texas, but definitely in some parts of Texas. That would be yeah, we're kind of in a swampier area, so the one that was in the subdivision that was kind of weird was the nutria, which is like a giant rodent, like almost like a beaver. That was kind of weird. But yeah, plates all failed again. I don't get it. Oh man. Yikes. Yeah, skunks are never my mom had a family of skunks take up residence in a shed or under a shed in her backyard. That was not great. Yeah, maybe. So let me try that. Let me try that. Which direction? I'll go to the west of it. I'll center it on LDN. Well, not quite. I'll center it. Let me... Yeah, so I'll try that. Yeah, because it's so weird. I mean, it's good. You're seeing exactly what I've seen before, where it just, like that target particularly, it just is not happy with it. And yet, see, I stop and it's clearly there. So, I'll dial the gain back to 130. And I basically am centering it kind of like near the star. So these bright stars are out of the field. And if this almost immediately plate solves, it's like... very weird. Like, really? Really? I don't even pretend to understand what's going on with this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop this. And I'll see what it's looking at. They can't plate solve that for some reason. I just manually tried to start recording. And for some reason, because I had changed the gain, it's redoing the dark library. But let's see if it actually stacks. Hello, Brent. Good evening. Thanks for joining. Meanwhile, this is just chugging along. Okay, so the dark library is almost done. Oh, 100%. Now it's doing autofocus. And hopefully it will unconfuse itself. Okay. What are the odds that it might actually work? Well, got one frame. Got 2 frames. Oh, that's just weird. Yeah, that could. I mean, the Docker prune. I did add it to the script to do that, but I need to. The builds are still kind of acting a little wonky, so I need to maybe tomorrow I'll fix that. Okay. Is that it? Let me, did I shut it down? I did. All right. Yeah, my Pi 5 I'm running ALP and wait, what was this error? What? That's odd. Oh. Doesn't seem to have much detail. No, it just cleans up some of the Docker images that might not be used anymore, and plus Docker images a lot of times have multiple layers, so some layers might be stale. Like the base layers may be the same, but subsequent layers might be stale, and so the prune kind of cleans up the space, and then if it needs to refetch things, it will. Let's see, is this running now? Yeah. I don't think these clouds are helping matters here at Starfront. They did say it was going to be partly cloudy. Not really much going on there. But like I say, maybe the clouds are making it, the conditions not as ideal. I wonder what else I could run here. I mean, you are you using the Indie All Sky? Oh, okay, you got it. Yeah, I mean the version I have, and I don't know if it's the one that's out there yet. It makes it easier in that you just have to enter the host name instead of having to get exactly the right URL for the latest image. Because it's not the most, like it's, yeah, okay. It's this. It's like all sky current temp image.jpg for the Team All Sky one, and then it's like some other kind of weird path for the other. At least the Crescent Nebula's turning out okay. So the North American Nebula here is cosmic rays, but yeah, the clouds are causing a bit of few drop frames there. Good evening, Dark Shades. Welcome. Thanks for joining. What other target could I image here locally? You know, I might actually do this. The Eagle Nebula is visible locally, and I know the results won't be as great, as good as at Starfront, but with the S30, the field of view would be nice. So let's try that. Supposedly it's going to be clear here tomorrow night too. Let me double check. Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good conditions here tomorrow evening, Wednesday evening, Thursday evening. If that holds, that would be awesome. And at Starfront, today's a mixed bag, tomorrow's a mixed bag, but then Wednesday looks good, Thursday looks good, Friday looks good. So, yeah. If I'm still feeling a bit under the weather, I probably won't live stream tomorrow, but maybe on Thursday. No, wait, it's Monday. I won't do it on Tuesday, but maybe Wednesday. Or if it's clear here, maybe I will actually be able to do a solar stream here, which I've been trying to do for a while, but the weather has not been cooperative. It has been very non-cooperative. Okay. Oh. I went to the target, but now I need to start it. And you can see the core of the Eagle Nebula right there. So let me go back to normal, or all right. So I'm starting to stack that. And we're starting to get some nebulosity in here, and this is where the bright stars are, but it's really struggling. Oh, nice. Maybe we'll have a big stream then with a lot of, like, with at least two. I still want to get, so I'll have the Seestar S30 S50. If it's clear Wednesday, I'll do S30 S50, but I want to get my refractor back out since there's a lot of good Milky Way targets. I want to try to image using my narrowband filters those. And I have a new mini PC which hopefully doesn't crash while live stacking, which the other one had started doing, so could be good. It's showing up better on my... Why is this? I think my browser window's about to crash. Give me a moment. The one I have the chat in. The version number. I mean, I have this. The beginning of it is down here. At least in the version I have. And that's what I'm trying to get out, the build, and where we'll have like a regular version in it. But I think because the build hasn't been, there's been issues with the build. Once those are addressed, it'll start having that in there, and it'll actually track the version. Oh. Well, that's good. That's good. That's encouraging. No, that's great. If that ended up solving some of your issues, that could be... Speaking of solving issues, why isn't this... Oh. Okay. Huh. Okay. Why isn't this loading? Anyway, let me go back to this while it's trying to find itself. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty bad if you're dropping that much and not being able to plate solve. Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, I really like the S30. Like, the field of view is great. Now again, this is, Bortle 9, so conditions are, and it's only been going for 4 minutes, so I'm probably going to let this just run, because I've imaged the Eagle Nebula from home with my S50, but not with the S30 yet. But now I am. So yeah. And the conditions are holding up, which is good. Yeah, this is unfortunately a bit... I mean, it's like 12 minutes. Is it just me, or does it seem like that cloud's barely moving? Oh, I guess it is moving. That's over the last 15 minutes. That's certainly not helping matters. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, the conditions aren't... Like, they did say it would be partly cloudy at Starfront. And you can see there's a lot of clouds going around there. Yeah, and see, look at the star number, because that's pretty good. Usually when it's like 5, it's normally should be about 500, but now it's 155 because of the clouds. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up closing the roof if it gets too much thicker, because usually it coincides with like higher dew point. Just doesn't look right when it's on its side, so I'll just zoom it in. And there's the Pillars of Creation area, so that's cool. Especially from Bortle 9. I mean, like, It's ridiculous. It looks like twilight, but it's as dark as it's going to get tonight. Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah. Supposedly some people were thinking June, July they were going to start pre-orders. But then I think they had said summer, and technically summer is until September 21st, 20th. So we still got a couple more months before the summer is over. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's it would I just hope my S50 doesn't have issues, or like I break a cord or like damage the USB port on the S50 at Starfront, that it holds up and until the S30 Pro comes out, because I definitely want to swap it out. Because I think it'll be a great scope. Just I mean, like, it's got the same pixel resolution, so what we see here, it would be the same resolution, but it would have a lot more surrounding area. So yeah, that's true. Or I think I do think that's like one of the best observing nights I had was in the winter, and it was cool, and the conditions were like, it was excellent seeing and transparency, and it was just, I was getting crazy results from here that I never, things I haven't been able to image successfully or as successfully here since. Yeah, because I think the S30 Pro will be great for, I mean, a lot of these Milky Way targets. I mean, and realistically, the S50, S30 aren't great with planets. So, yeah, you're not really losing that by going with an S30 or S30 Pro. But you're gaining like a much wider field. Like again, whenever I've done the Eagle, I always have to do like a mosaic, but I think I can get most of it without. Okay. So that's what I'm getting so far here. Let me see. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's cool. What scope did you take this image with? Was it a Seestar or like your Rasa or something? That is really cool. And I'm kind of bummed that I am not able to get better. But on the other hand, the conditions are pretty lousy here right now, so I think if it's clearer on Wednesday at Starfront, I'll give it another go, because maybe some of this noise is because of the high clouds, because that's often what ends up happening. Yeah, that was a really cool image, or is a very cool image. Oh, okay. ED72. I was wondering, I was like, what is that bright star? Okay, that makes sense. But no, that's an awesome image. And I do want to give it another try, but like the fact that there's these clouds coming through at Starfront probably isn't helping. But I am seeing blue nebulosity, so, and that's with, you know, a bit over 15 minutes. So maybe on Wednesday, if it's clear, like more clear, or just fully clear, maybe it'll do better. So that's going well. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I can go further, but given how when I started, I said I was feeling under the weather, I might have to wrap it up. Because, yeah, like my pulse is elevated and stuff, so probably best not to push it. But it does look like Wednesday will be a good day. Tomorrow might be able to do a solar stream, depending on. Oh yeah. Best object pick. Oh, and before sorry, I'm like, I see. Oh, nice. Brent has the, is that the Omega Nebula? That's cool. Swan Nebula. Yeah, so I do think I'm gonna have to. No HA. That's pretty good. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like there'll be good conditions on Wednesday. Hopefully it'll be clear here tomorrow and I won't be under the weather, and so I can do a solar stream. If not, it looks like there'll be some other days possibly later this week. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already, and if you haven't joined the Discord server, definitely check it out. Hopefully next time I'll have the ALP Experimental / ESC a little more stable. Have a new build out there properly. It's still kind of in the pre-alpha phase, but I have a definite kind of plan on oh, okay. In the app? Or what? Sorry, I think I'm confused. Or are you talking about in ESC? Because some of that isn't. Yeah, some of that's still a work in progress. But like I was saying, I have kind of a plan of hello Puneet on the Discord server. I have a plan of of the more constrained list of features I plan on implementing for what I'm going to call an alpha and beta release. And I made some progress this afternoon towards kind of that alpha release, which was to get the go-to functionality working. I just need to test it out. Oh, okay. In App Best tonight. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I know how that goes. But yeah, I have a plan for alpha version, beta version. I think my goal is to have an alpha version, a proper alpha version. I consider this pre-alpha, but an alpha version this week, and then not sure about the beta version yet. I need to kind of firm up what I plan on putting in it or what features, but I want to rapidly get to the point where I'm comfortable getting this in front of other people who, if you have a Seestar, because I think it's got some nice features, nice new features. I just and I want to try to, I guess one of probably the biggest things before I'll call a beta release or definitely production is I want to try to like tonight I had to restart it a couple of times. I want to fix that where it's a lot more stable, and yeah, so where it just kind of works, you don't have to worry about it. It'll retry if it loses connections to the Seestar. Although it was interesting because it lost connection to the Seestar, but so did ALP, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if it was an issue with the Seestar or if it was an issue with the Raspberry Pi I'm running it on. But in any case, yeah, maybe Wednesday I'll have it closer to alpha at least. And then yeah, it'll be but yeah, keep an eye out. Like I say, like, subscribe, turn on bell notification, because sometimes the notifications don't go out from YouTube, but I do plan on streaming at least a couple more times this week, if not more, since I hadn't been streaming for a while because of lousy weather here and at Starfront. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. Hope everybody has a good rest of your evening, and like I say, like, subscribe, join Discord, and I will see you hopefully later this week. And I'm gonna go sleep, I think, now. All right, good night.